Well, your taxes aren't due for filing until April, but how you finish 2014 can have a big impact on how much you get back or owe in 2015. Longtime tax advisor Dale Hammernick joins us now with a few ideas on how to save money in these last few weeks of the year. Dale, good to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
Some of these are things that we maybe should know already, but it's important reminder stuff. Let's start with charitable donations. If you have it in your heart to donate to a charity, good time to do that before the end of the year because then you get the write-off.
Exactly. Reducing your taxes should be a year-long event, but we're running out of time here, so people are procrastinating. But the charity, especially what you guys are doing here today, donate. Donations are a charitable deduction, which will save you money on your tax return, but you also have to make sure you got proper documentation according to IRS guidelines.
And again, if you want to write that off for this next thing, you got to do it by
December 31st, yes.
All right. Next area, something that you should think about before the end of the year, your retirement accounts. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, you got an opportunity, you got a couple paychecks probably before the year end. So if you do have a company plan, maybe you can increase your deferred comps, which will save you taxable income. If you have an IRA account, maybe evaluate that. You still have till April 15th to get it funded, but you got some time to plan.
So these are things that then wouldn't show up necessarily as income, so you get the savings that way, right?
Correct. We're trying to reduce the income before it gets taxed, correct.
Okay, and just like the other, you have to have it done by the end of the year, not by the time you file, correct?
With the 401ks, it has to be done by the end of the year. With the IRAs, you do have until April.
Slide time for that
you got
one.
till April 15th.
And then a lot of folks, this is becoming increasingly popular, these flexible spending accounts, mostly for medical things or otherwise, maybe some for child care. Those are things you also want to take a look at here.
Correct. A lot of your bigger companies will have these pre-tax flex plans, which allow you to deduct your child care pre-taxed or your medical expenses pre-tax. But there's one of these provisions that says you got to use your account or whatever money's in there. You could lose the balance, and some of that money could come back to you as taxable income. So that's why you want to make sure you utilize those accounts. Now, the other part says there is a 2.5 month grace period that they'll give you after December 31st. So if you haven't got it done, you still need to be aware and get it taken care of by the grace period time.
That makes you nervous, though. Get it done by the deadline, right?
Right.
don't
put it off. I said there's too much going on right now, and that's what I said. That's why we suggest meet with your tax expert, plan throughout the course of the year, because it's very important. Because when you're down to the last wire, sometimes you overlook sometimes the obvious. All
right. Always good advice, Dale. Thanks so much, and you can find more information on these end of the year tax tips and a link on our website, TMJ4.com. Another quick look